Good afternoon. My name's Shannon Stow. I'm the VPE for the Hollywood Toastmasters, and this video is to give you some pointers on how to be our Toastmaster. It's simple, but a lot of fun. And as Toastmaster, you get to run everything. You get to run the whole meeting. And one of the most important things that you can think of starting up with this is get in there before the meeting. Get in there the week before. Look on Toastmost. See who is lined up. All of your helpers that are going to help you. Who is going to help you get through the process? Who's going to work with you there? When you get to the meeting, you need to have a list of your helpers. Everyone that's going to be helping, your body language monitor, your grammarian, your ah counter, your ah pause. You need everybody there on your agenda. When you get there, you're going to have to make changes and work with everyone. Make sure everyone, follow up with them, call them, make sure that they're going to come to the meeting. Make sure that you have the best foundation you can before you get there. Now, sometimes things are going to happen. People don't show up. And we do whatever we have to do. We put them in, we rock it. When you get to the meeting and you're ready to start with Toastmaster, the president's going to do his welcome. And immediately, he's going to give you a warm, warm welcome. And you're going to get up there. And the first thing you want to do is thank the president. Thank the president. And bring your Toastmaster meeting to a start. What you want to explain, a lot of times we have guests and people that are attending. They don't know how the Toastmaster meeting works. They don't know what we're going to do. So explain to them that we have 3 segments in our meeting. Different Toastmaster groups do it different ways. But the way we do it, we start with table topics. Then we have a break. Then we move to our prepared speeches. And then evaluations. You're going to work all the way through so that you can explain how things are going. The first thing you want to do is introduce your team. You can't be a good Toastmaster without the team. And since you worked hard the week before, getting everyone lined up, you get your team to do their presentations of what their roles are. You'll call on them one at a time. And what I do, I write their names down so I remember who it is. And if that changes, you write that down also so that at the end, when you refer back to your team, you know who it is that you're calling on. You don't forget. It's okay if you do, you'll work it out, but it's great when you're right on top of it. You introduce your team, and then it's time for table topics. Don't forget to ask for timing for the table topics segment and introduce your table topics master. Now, table topics master should ask for timing before they get started. If they don't, you can raise your finger or raise your hand and just make a point that we need to do timing. As the Toastmaster, you need to make sure that we do speak to the timer before we start and we get the timing for that segment. Usually they'll do it. If they don't, jump in, take care of it for them. You're the Toastmaster, you're running the show, make sure everything's done right. They're going to do table topics. Table topics is so much fun. At the end of table topics, the table topics master will relinquish the lectern back to you. One thing that they need to do before they do that is ask if everyone qualified and also ask everyone there, all of our Toastmasters, to vote on their favorite table topics speaker. When they finish, if they didn't ask for timing, once again, as a Toastmaster, pay attention and make sure that you add that point and ask for timing. If they forgot to ask for everyone to vote, you could do that also. Once you take back over, you can ask everyone to vote and place their votes for their favorite table topics master. At that time, we usually take a break right after table topics because we get so excited and jazzed up. I do anyway. I just love it. Then, when we come back from break, we're going to go into our prepared speeches. As a Toastmaster, the week before, you talk to your speakers and you make sure you know what everyone's speeches are. You know which pathways that they're speaking from and which project they're working on. You speak to them about it briefly, but at least you know what the title of their speech is and you present the speakers. You'll call them up and the speakers will run and everything will go smoothly. If you don't have the form filled out from your speakers and you hadn't done it before the meeting and you forgot at the break, you have to wing a little, but you can do it. You can wing it and you can just introduce the person and they can come up and talk about what the subject is of their speech and what pathways they're working from. But when you don't do it, it feels a little dry. So it's really important that you talk to everyone before the meeting and you know everything about their speech, you know what's going on. When you bring them in, you introduce them, you give them a big warm welcome and bring them on up. That's the best thing you could do, is just really build them up and get them up there to do their speeches. They worked hard to prepare these speeches, and it's an exciting time. After the speeches are done, you'll ask for timing on the speeches, and after they're completed, the general evaluator will take over for evaluations. Evaluations is so much fun. At that time, you'll let the general evaluator run the show. Basically, they need to do all of the evaluations. They need to make sure that they check on timing. As Toastmaster, once again, you need to make sure that the general evaluator is getting the time. They're asking for the time for each evaluation. As the evaluations are completed, or after they're completed, they'll ask again, did everyone qualify? Once again, you make sure that they qualified, make sure the evaluators qualified, make sure the speakers qualified, make sure that they're doing that and you're checking on timing. It's your job as the Toastmaster to make sure those things are done. If they didn't do it, just remind them so that they can get that done. After the general evaluators completed that, they'll do their general evaluation of the meeting, which is always really great, and I love that part. Then they're going to relinquish the lectern back to you, and at that time, then you can take over and thank all of your team members that helped make it happen. We couldn't do this without our timer, without the grammarian, counter. You have to have your whole team. So it's very important that instead of patting yourself on the back the whole time, that you really give it back to your team. As a Toastmaster, that's great, you run the meeting, but you can't run anything without a good team. And a good leader has a great team, and you want them to know that they did great. Get the reports from your team members and thank them for their work. When that's completed, you relinquish the lectern back to the president, and you did it. That's it. That's it. Couple things just to remember. First thing, check ahead the week before and get all your information, get all your speakers, get all your team members, get everybody excited and get them placed. Make sure they're on the agenda and they're ready to go, and you call and confirm that they're going to be at the meeting. That's going to make your life a lot easier. Second, pay attention during the meeting and make sure that you get all of the timing and everyone gets a chance to vote. Sometimes those things get forgotten and someone will bring it up and it's a little stumbling. If you remember, you're on top of it, it's great. And third, don't forget to have fun. You're the Toastmaster, you're running the show, you're in charge of everything. It's your stage, and you can run it however you want. And being excited about it and having a good time really makes the meeting better. Good luck, and we'll see you there.